Hey guys, back again with another video. In today's video I'll be talking about Colombia. Currently I'm in Bogota, Colombia. I'm only here for 5 days unfortunately. But before I talk about this, I'm going to talk about the beginning where I first started going. I started out in 2017 and I'm here to give an honest opinion, nothing biased, even though I really like this country. I like the vibe, like the atmosphere. But I'm just here to kind of give an honest an opinion, and I'm going on it about someone who actually speaks Spanish, and I don't really look like I'm not from here, and just someone that's kind of more blend in. And I'm going to be talking about my honest opinion about here in terms of going out with girls. Do you always have to pay for pleasure? Talk about prostitutes, hustlers, things that you don't really necessarily want to come and see if you're kind of looking just to come here and do game, in a sense, I would say. So just an honest opinion. Now I'll start off with Cartagena. In Cartagena, I came in 2017 and I was there for about 10 days. And I must say, before I talk about the bad things, the good things were it was a beautiful place, the vibe was nice, very relaxing. Even as you can see right now, it's just a beautiful picture. Especially coming from Toronto, Canada, like people rave about going to the cottage in Lake Simcoe. It's a place to kill yourself. This is just a nice view. Everything is just so busy in the same time, but peaceful and nice. But anyways, not to get off track. Cartagena was a really beautiful place. It was kind of like the Mexico, I guess, of Colombia, a place for vacation. The only issue was, of course, there was so much prostitution there. It just seemed every club you went to in Old Town, you'll just see about, say, 97% of the girls or something like that were working girls. You'd go into a club, you just see all these girls, and they wouldn't act like feminists, they wouldn't act like drones, they would just act so normal. And then you'd kind of realize, it took me a few tries to realize that everyone was kind of working around there, because I just couldn't believe how many prostitutes were there. And unfortunately, because of the Venezuelan situation, of course, because of that dictator, we all need to get fucked. And unfortunately, the Venezuelans, that are here, some of the women have to resort to prostitution because of the situation in Colombia, of course. In terms of work and stuff. So, in terms of a nice young scene, it was a little bit difficult, but there was a but to it. There was a club that I forgot to try to mention in one of the comments. It was a little bit older though. That's the issue. I mean, it was like 30s and up, and I mean, it wasn't really for me, but it was clean, and it was in Old Town. If you're actually, I'm gonna try to look it up and post on the comments. But if you guys are looking and if you guys are there, try to ask around. It's maybe a 25 plus club. It's actually really clean. They actually say no sex prostitution or something like that. Some kind of sign that says that these workers aren't really welcome. But that being said, there was a club that was about 10 minutes away from Old Town, and I tell you, this club opened at 3 o'clock and went until 12. And it's funny because if you go in there and you actually like clubs, it was a pretty nice atmosphere. It's completely pretty dark. The music was great, electro. The electro there was kind of from the famous people from Colombia that have their electro and house music. It's awesome. And there's a little bit of prostitutes, and there was some that weren't working. So that was actually a really enjoyable club. Unfortunately, I only got 2 days to enjoy it. The issue is, in 2019 and stuff, when things are just so crazy and things change so much because of drones, SJWs and stuff, it's hard to find a good place, and it's hard to get a good referral. Anyone can say anything is good, but the issue is it's the definition of what is good. Everyone has their own definition. Someone can just be at a bar and just drinking and watching a girl dance in the pool, and they can say, oh, come to this club, you'll pick up all these girls. I mean, you just got to really watch out in terms of referrals. And that being said, if you are in Colombia, it's always good to maybe stay 2-3 weeks. Unfortunately, because of my work, When it's a season, unfortunately, I can't really commit to something over 5 days. Even 5 days is pushing it. But off season, if you're kind of in a place, 2 weeks is good. Now, should you stay in Cartagena? Well, I mean, when the prostitution is so much, and yes, there was a good club that I mentioned that I am still going to look for. I'm going to look for the name. I'm going to post on the comments if I can get to it. I'm going to ask someone from there. Well, I mean, if you actually know someone there, and you kind of get the look of another Colombia, because there is the hustler part, there is the tourist part. But maybe if you go maybe 10, 15 minutes away, you'll find a completely different story. Something that wouldn't have any hustlers or prostitutes, or if they do, barely any. And I'm pretty sure it's not only just that club that I talked about that opens at 3 o'clock in the morning and goes until 12. So yes, unless you know that where you're actually going, you know what you're actually doing, and you have a good referral. Because just to kind of drift off, that city over there doesn't actually have a lot of feminists. It's not really like a feminist city. So, there's not too many SJWs, not too many drones. So it's actually pretty good. You actually feel pretty nice being there. Moving on to Medellin. So Medellin, it's another nice vibe, beautiful, calm. The food is good. The prices are good. The thing is, Medellin in Los Parques, there was too much prostitution. And I'm kind of someone who's in the range of 24, so I was looking for something 23 to 25. And, I went to the Club Gusto. Again, it was kind of like Cartagena. I got so excited, I realized they're working girls. There was so much prostitution. But if you're there, there's one club called, just trying to get, what's that famous city that was, that ancient city? Ugh, I can't believe it. It's like right in front of me. It's right in my head. I'm going to post it in the comment section. Oh, sorry, Babylon. Babylon, yes. If you go to Babylon, there's no prostitutes there. It's something anywhere from 19 to 25. It's a pretty good vibe. It was the only club I liked because there wasn't any prostitution. And that was actually from a referral and actually worked out pretty good. In terms of anything else, there are clubs that open till 3 o'clock. Start at 3 o'clock, just like in Cartagena. But I went to a couple of them. They kind of had too many couples and some escorts. It wasn't as good as Cartagena. Now, I'm not saying that Medellin wouldn't have its secret spots like Cartagena. I think everywhere does. But it's just about finding the places. And now to Bogota. Now, Bogota is a completely different story than the two. It's nice. It's safe. Provided you go to the good areas. And the nightclub scene here, there's so many clubs. It's just crazy amount of clubs. Like, I haven't seen so many clubs in my life. And they're big. You walk into them. It's actually like a club. There's not tables everywhere bothering you. You can go in. You can dance. Now, I'm only here for 5 days, so I don't want to say anything too bad. And I don't want to get killed on the comment section saying that I'm saying anything bad. I'm just saying that, well, number one, let me say that there's no prostitutes here on the street working. There's no prostitutes in the club, provided you're going in the normal areas, like Zona T. So the only thing is that I've been finding, it's a little bit feminist here. It's not really feminist, but unfortunately, there's some SJWs. A lot of people go into clubs with groups now. There's not too many girls that are like in there, like a group of 3 girls, 2 girls that are single, that are kind of looking to get picked up. And I only went to a few places, but the clubs here are just so massive. But yet again, it's always good if you go with a personal referral. In Zona T, it's kind of like a place where all the bars and clubs are all in one place. I didn't get a chance to really experience the outside of it. Maybe if you go 10, 15 minutes away, it could be a different story. And that's what I think really, the thing is with Colombia that I noticed, is whenever you go maybe 10, 15 minutes away, and I haven't done this in Bogota, don't quote me on it, but it just seems like it's just a little bit of a different story. It's better. It's not so touristy maybe, not too many hustlers, it's just not too many feminists, it's just so much more normal. But I do love the city, and I should really give it some more time, but unfortunately, provided with my job at the current season, I can't really do more than 5 days, and that's really pushing it. And I'm kind of going on the thing of not really using Tinder, just kind of going out there and just, kind of working your balls, getting it done. But it's a clean city. It's nice, and I'm pretty sure there's bad places about over here in Bogota. But I mean, I didn't really visit them. I know a couple of people that warned me about coming here, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they went to the slums and they stayed in the slums. Well, it's going to be trouble, right? Now, that's pretty much it for this video. But I must say, before I sum it up, just to sum it up, really, is that it's a nice place to come and vacation. Yes, I'm not close to a beach, which doesn't really matter. The food is good here. It's nice. It's healthy. Fruits and vegetables are excellent. And the vibe is nice. It's relaxing. And you'll definitely feel relaxed if you're also coming here at the same time as a vacation. You'll definitely love it. My next trip would probably be to Lima or to Cali. I don't know, I was also thinking Mexico City, but I'll definitely keep that in mind. That's probably going to be another trip, probably in a month. And, I'm just trying to see where I'm going to go, provided with some time. It really sucks coming for 5 days. I mean, personally, if you kind of want to get a good feel and you need some time, if you're not coming here with much referrals, you're just kind of looking, 2-3 weeks is good. But my overview is my pretty much summing up of the course, as I mentioned a bunch of times, is that, yeah, you should maybe try out clubs that aren't really so mainstream here, that aren't really in the district. Maybe clubs outskirts, somewhere safe and clean, and you'll probably get another vibe from it. Anyways, guys, until next time, I hope this video was helpful. Please comment, let me know what you guys think, and definitely leave a like. Thanks.